Good afternoon, and we're coming to you from Fairfield, Connecticut, where the Fairfield Prep Jesuits will take on the Ridgefield Tigers. This is Bob Darrow. I'll do the play-by-play. Alongside of me is Don Seaton. He'll take you through the color.
Should be an interesting matchup today. Prep's not having a spectacular year. Their record's 2-3, and they may be playing a lot of players that have not had a lot of experience. And Ridgefield doesn't really need the game. It's not a conference game, but they like it very much.
That's right. I talked to some of the Fairfield Prep coaches before the game started, and they said they're bringing up a few of their JV players, which will get a chance to start today. Ridgefield seems to be the dominating team in this game, so Prep wants to get as many of their juniors playing and into the system as they can. Fairfield Prep will be receiving. Kicking off for the Tigers will be Tyler Marthaler. He's had a fairly good season. He's competing with Lee Dunn and won the starting job this afternoon before the game started. So he'll be doing the kickoffs, and Lee Dunn will be doing the extra points. As far as the punting is concerned, we have not been informed on that yet. Lee Dunn will be doing the punting. We've just been informed. Short kick for Tyler. Fumbled at the 25-yard line, taken down.
Kick returned by Goldman to the 25.
Marty McGarry is the first to hit him.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Prep on the 25-yard line. Not very good field position after that kick, but he'll try to move the ball upfield. Quarterback for the Prep Jesuits is, fumbled.
Jerome Mohring and Bill Booth got in there quickly, forced him to scramble, and Bob Meyers.
Incredibly good field position here for their first opening drive. They'll have it on the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Jimmy Robinson will be quarterbacking the Tigers.
Ridgefield defense creating their own breaks again, and they've got great field position to start out taking an early lead.
Tim Jensen's lined up at the right as a receiver. He's the one with a great touchdown reception last week. Jimmy rolls out to the left. He tries to get it off to number 39, Sean Jenkins, but it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go.
Nice blocking by Randy Scheid there, the fullback, to give Robinson the time. He's fighting off the Prep defensive end.
That's right, and once Robinson runs out of the pocket, he is considered back, so that he is able to be hit and has absolutely no protection as far as rules are concerned. So it'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go for the Tigers from Prep's 15-yard line. Hands off to, that's Sean Jenkins. Gets about 5 yards.
Tackled by Pete Talk.
It'll be 3rd down, 5 yards to go.
Ball carried by Jenkins. 37. 34.
So the Tigers are already penetrating through the red zone, which is the 20-yard line and under. They should be able to capitalize by getting a score out of this drive. And it'll be 3rd down and 5. They want to keep this drive alive, not have to settle with the field goal. Robinson keeps it. He's close to a 1st down. We'll have to measure.
Tolk again was on the tackle. He's been making a lot of stops already.
So they're calling for a measurement here.
Run by Robinson. Timeout Connecticut.
So out come the markers to see if the Tigers have indeed gotten a 1st down or not. It's a first down. So it'll be first and goal for Ridgefield from the 6-yard line. 4 tries to get into the end zone, Don, and Ridgefield's off to a great start here.
Well, that's a good break. Marthaler already had the tee out there to kick the field goal, and he didn't have to use it. I think Ridgefield, learning by experience, 2 weeks ago against Wilton, they were inside the 10-yard line, elected to go on 4th and 1. They ended up missing it and tied the game. A field goal would have helped them very much, and that time they're going to go for it.
That's right. They have to cut down on the Ritchie plays and just capitalize on the scoring opportunities. So it'll be first and goal for the Tigers. We're having a little problem with the scoreboard here, so should be ready in just a few seconds.
957? Yeah. Once you count the ball,
Be interesting to see how Ridgefield plays this week, and with their big game next week against Trumbull, at Trumbull, that's going to be a very big game, and it's important that they don't have a letdown this week.
That's right. They really want to come out of this game on an emotional high in order to be ready for the Trumbull offense, which has done an excellent job this year putting points on the board. That's number 30, Randy Scheid carrying for the Tigers. He gets about 3 yards. It'll be second down and goal to go from about the 2-yard line.
Tackled by Dennis Brown, a cornerback. Ridgefield getting a lot of holes on the running plays so far.
That's right. The offensive line is doing an excellent job in creating opportunities. That's 32, Andy Bellagamba, and he gets the touchdown. So Tigers start off 6-0 early in the first quarter after Fairfield Prep turnover. Andy was playing with a hurt left arm last week, and still managed to score. So it looks like he's gotten a little better so far this week.
Looks like they might be going for the 2. No, they're...
Nope, Tyler's out there. Or that's Lee Dunn, rather.
6 of 7 so far on extra points. The one he missed was blocked.
And this one is good. So it's 7-0 Ridgefield. Early in the first quarter, and we'll be back with you with the kickoff after this. We're back at Alumni Field. Ridgefield leading 7-0. Tyler Marthaler with the kickoff once again. Not a good kickoff again. Fairfield's having trouble keeping the ball, but they managed to make a good gain out of it, getting about 5 yards on the return.
Number 32, Brian Smith, of the return. I'm surprised they didn't call him down because he went to his knees to get the ball, and then he picked it up, and then he got up and ran. I'm surprised he didn't call him down the spot.
That's right. So it will be 1st and 10 for Fairfield from their 32-yard line. They're going to hope to try to put together a drive this time. They fumbled on 2nd down last drive, and a penalty is called. It's the first penalty of the ball game. Looks like it's against Ridgefield. They lined up in the neutral zone, so it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be only 1st down and 5 yards to go for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. That's a good boost for their offense, Don, because now they only need 5 more yards to keep the drive going, and they still have not even snapped the ball yet in this drive. Handoff to 24, Bill Reed. He gets the 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10. Looks like Bassett's down on the field, having a little trouble getting up.
Took 4 Ridgefield Tigers to finally wrestle him down, and he's going to be a problem if he keeps running like that.
That's right. Bill Reed played for the Tigers in his freshman year and then transferred over to Fairfield Prep. So the Tigers definitely know who they're messing with here. First down, 10 yards to go. Penalty called.
Some movement along the line for the snap, and it's on Fairfield Prep.
So it will be first down and 15 from the 40-yard line. Looks like someone didn't know what the count was on that one, Don.
Yeah, a little off timing there.
Hand off to Reed once again. Gets about 5 yards. It'll be second down and 12 yards to go.
Looks like Bill Reed's the workhorse for this team. He's gotten all 3 calls. And they've been successful over the ground.
So Ridgefield seems to have problems taking him down. It's because he's so very strong and not an easy man to take down because he's also got the moves of a great fullback. This time handed off to number 33, Goldman. Gets about 2 yards on the play, so it'll be about third down and 10 yards to go for Prep. We should see a passing play here, Don. We haven't seen one yet today, so we'll get a look at the receivers for Prep.
Well, Ridgefield's had problems with the pass defense before. They had a lot of problems in the second game of the year against Ward.
That's right. Maloney's back to pass. Ooh, tipped by Ridgefield and intercepted by Marty McGarry. It's a second interception in 3 games. And he brings the ball down to the 50-yard line. So Ridgefield has great field position once again, and they capitalize on once again another turnover by Fairfield Prep. That's 2 turnovers. Prep was plagued last week by 7 turnovers and lost the game 9-7. So that's one thing they're going to have to try to stop is turning the ball over. Looks like Ridgefield really worked on their tipping drill earlier this week because Marty McGarry made an excellent play there.
Mike Hyland also took out the receiver pretty in heavy fashion there after the ball was tipped up in the air and took him out of the play entirely, made the interception easy.
Jimmy Robinson's got the ball on his 50-yard line. He keeps, and he's sacked back for a 4-yard loss.
Peter Tolk again.
But there is a flag on the play.
3 tackles.
Once again, there is a flag on the play, so the preliminary call is against the Tigers. No indication yet on what the penalty is. The call is holding against Ridgefield. It'll be 10-yard penalty, 15-yarder. And that brings them all the way back to the 32-yard line. Started out from the 48 of Ridgefield, and now they're all the way back to the 32, Don, and they're going to have to really do something to get this drive alive here. So it's first down and 25 yards to go. They have Tim Jensen split to the left.
Fumble right in the snap.
That's right. Looks like Ridgefield recovered, though. So it's second down and about 25 yards again. Coming in for the Tigers is Tim Jansen. Leaving the field is Matt Skanga. Like I said before, last week he had he was a receiver in the flea flicker that they pulled in the first offensive play of the game. And I talked to him earlier this week, and they said the possibilities of them doing that weren't so good again this week. That's number 39, Sean Jenkins with the carry. Only gets about 5 yards.
It's a good call. I think he wasn't that far from gaining a lot of yardage. If he had gotten outside a little more, he could have broken off a good gain.
That's right. If he had beaten that one man, the whole sideline was open, and he could have seen a pretty good run there. So there's still about 25 yards to get to the first down. It's third down. It's Mike Truschke, the tight end, lined up to the right there. Robinson with the snap. It's a delay once again, this time to Vigiano. Vigiano's got room. He's still going. But he's still 15 yards short of the first down, so the Tigers will have to punt. And punting for the Tigers will be Tyler Marthaler.
Vigiano just leveled number 32, Brian Smith. Bounced right off of him and kept going for about 5 more yards.
That's right, I think that's Smith that's down over there on the Ridgefield sideline. It doesn't look that good. They're bringing in the trainers now.
Vigiano's small, but he can really hit.
It appears that the Tigers might be going for it here with 4th and 15. They have Jimmy Robinson out there calling the play.
I don't think they're going to go for it here.
It doesn't look like it now. Here comes Lee Dunn now, so he'll be kicking for the Tigers.
Might be number 12, Dennis Brown, down for Fairfield Prep.
So we'll be back at Fairfield Prep Alumni Field after this. Okay, we're back from Fairfield Prep, and the official word was that Dennis Brown is out with a broken ankle now, so he'll be taken away in the ambulance to Norwalk Hospital. And it will still be 4th down and 15 yards to go for Ridgefield's offense. Lee Dunn had come out earlier to punt. It appears that they're going with that again.
It's been a delay of some 15 minutes that he was on the field. It looks like a pretty serious injury. He's just now being loaded into the ambulance.
That's right. We'll try to get a hospital report to you as soon as we get it ourselves. Back for Fairfield Prep is 20 Peterson and 21 Mario Glasso.
Still going to be a few minutes until we start. The ambulance is still on the field. I didn't see exactly how he got hurt, but it was over on the far sidelines, and we heard that another Prep defensive back hit him in the ankle with a helmet, and as I said, he was down for 15 minutes, and it looks like pretty serious injury. We hope not.
There still seems to be some problem, though, because the ambulance is still on the field. So we'll be back to you with Ridgefield's punt after this. Once again, we're back, and this time the ambulance is off the field, so Ridgefield will be punting. Like we said earlier, that was Dennis Brown taken off. He'll be taken to Norwalk Hospital with a broken ankle, it appears to be, at this point. It's a high snap, but Dunn gets the punt off. Takes a Fairfield bounce, and Ridgefield downs at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fairfield from their own 25-yard line. Let's hope that the injury does not get Fairfield too down, because they're already down by 7-0, and they don't want something like that to have to bother them in order to affect their playing ability. Maloney with the snap. Oh, no. That's number 33, Goldman, gets 15 yards on the play. Excellent run by Goldman.
Gaping hole on the left side of the line.
It seemed to be...
Mike Highland finally brought him down by the legs, or he could have been gone all the way.
So it's 1st and 10 once again. Obviously, the injury did not get them too down, because they've just played that play spectacularly. Lined up on the left hash mark. Maloney, once again to Goldman, this time only gets about 3 yards. It'll be second down, 7 yards to go from the 43-yard line of Fairfield.
Never quite had the opening that time. Terry Collins brought him down.
Collins had 4 tackles last week with 3 assists. He's leading the Tiger defense with tackles this year. And almost had an interception last week, which was a very excellent knockdown because it prevented a score by New Canaan.
That looked like a missed handoff or something, because
That's right, they only got 1 yard on that play, so...
Ambrose was all over him in the backfield. He reached out with the ball, and I think that was a missed handoff.
It'll be third down and 6 yards to go for Fairfield. Looks like a passing down. Another problem there, but this time they get it off to number 34.
It was number 84, Scott Flanagan. It looks like the snap was fumbled, but he recovered quickly and got the pass off. I think the fumble might have distracted Ridgefield's defense and worked to Prep's advantage.
So it's first down and 10 yards to go. Once again, offsides. Looks like Tigers were pulled offsides by one of the offensive linemen of Fairfield. That'll bring them back about 5 yards. So it'll be first down and 15 yards to go. Coming down towards the end of the first quarter with 2:31 left, and the Tigers are still leading 7-0. First and 15. Maloney's back to pass. Throws it a little bit too wide. Roberts could not get a hold of that ball, so it'll be second down and 15 yards to go.
Fairly decent coverage by Marty McGarry and Chris Meyers there. That would have had to have been a perfect pass, and he couldn't bring it too close because McGarry could have stepped in and took it all the way down the sidelines. But he had a lot of time there. Good pocket for him.
Sorry, I think they've realized that Marty McGarry is for real after he intercepted the first passing attempt by Fairfield to set up the Ridgefield score. Here's Maloney back once again. He drops really far back. He's being chased by Mohring. And the pass is incomplete. He tried to set up the screen. It's no good, so it'll be third down and 15 yards to go.
They had that play perfectly set up because if he hadn't overthrown Goldman, he had 3 blockers right in front of him.
That's right.
And, that would have worked pretty well.
They had 3 Tiger defenders after Maloney, so there'd be a big gap on the right side of the line. Once again, there appears to be another passing down. So the Tigers are going out in zone coverage.
Prep's offense has been running some pretty good plays. Just nothing quite clicked yet.
Tigers are showing blitz. They let off. And he's going to be called it's being called an incomplete. It looked like Maloney had been down in the grasp of 71 for Ridgefield, Bob Meyers.
Mike Maiolo forced him out of the pocket and broke up the play and really caused that interception.
So Fairfield will have to punt here with 2:07 left in the first quarter. Ridgefield have one more chance this quarter to try to put together another scoring drive. Back for Ridgefield is number 21, Marty McGarry, and number 11, John Vigiano. Not a very good punt. Marty McGarry grabs the ball. It's immediately tackled by 4 Fairfield Prep special team members.
Kind of a dangerous play there, but McGarry hit him in the leg on the roll. There's a flag down.
A little confusion back there about who was going to take it. Vigiano appeared to be taking it at first and let the ball go by him, went out the block, and McGarry then realized that it was his responsibility to pick up the ball.
Vigiano, I think, wanted to catch it, but realized he wasn't going to get there before it hit the ground, and he had to back off to make sure it didn't hit him.
Personal fouls called against Fairfield. It's unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's a big 15-yard penalty. So the Tigers end up with good field position after that misreading play there. It's first down and 10 yards to go from their 37-yard line.
Looks like it was only a 5-yard penalty. I think it's holding.
Jimmy Robinson's giving an audible there. Obviously does not like the way Fairfield has set up their defense. Hands off to Andy Bellagamba. Gets about 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7.
Another brought down again by Peter Tolk, number 36, and Robert McNeil also. Tolk, that's, I believe, his 4th tackle already out of about 6 or 7 offensive plays Ridgefield's run.
So it'll be second down and 7 yards to go. Ken Baymiller's in the play now.
Paul Beatty was the quarterback there, kept it on the option. And he picked up some decent yardage.
Got about 3 more yards for the Tigers. It'll be about third down and 2 yards to go, rather.
I think Beatty was in there for a decoy, because when Beatty comes in, it's usually a passing situation. And he just held on to that one, picked up some good yardage.
Jimmy Robinson's back in for the Tiger offense now. Lined up behind him is Andy Bellagamba, and he gets the ball. Drives through about 3 Fairfield defenders, getting an extra 3 yards other than the first down. So it'll be first and 10.
McNeil and Polk again on the tackle.
That's right. Only 15 seconds left in this quarter. Tigers still leading 7-0 in case you've just joined us.
I guess that is the quarter. That the official time on the field was, I guess, 15 seconds ahead of the time on the scoreboard.
So we'll be back with the start of the second quarter after this.
Taking over the first play of the second quarter, and number 84, Flanagan, jumped offside for Prep. It'll be first down and 5 now on the Prep 45-yard line. Ridgefield leads 7-0 on a 3-yard touchdown run by Andy Bellagamba. Prep has been haunted by 2 costly turnovers, and it's been a pretty fair offensive game. Both teams have moved the ball fairly easily. Robinson gives off to Bellagamba, and he's smothered right at the line. It'll be second down and 5. That's how the offside helped him. Now it's just like a 5-yard gain. Robinson pitches out to Sean Jenkins on the right side, and he's got some yardage. He'll be close to the first down. He's driven out of bounds. It looked like he stumbled in the beginning getting going, or he'd have had a lot more yardage. He'd have gotten out quicker.
Don, at the end of the first quarter, when Coach Maiolo switched quarterbacks, do you think he sees that he would be able to pass on Fairfield Prep?
I really don't know. It looked to me like it was a decoy, because they did rushed a little not as hard, and it'll be third down and short here. They didn't make the first down, but if it was a decoy, it worked pretty well, because Beatty held on to the ball, picked up some good yardage. And look for Bellagamba here. It's a short yardage situation. They give it to him, and he struggles, and he's got the first down. It's about a 4-yard pickup. And he almost broke that one off for some more yardage.
Andy Bellagamba's limping off the field. He might have twisted his ankle right there. He's going off the field and going to get his ankle looked at.
That doesn't look good. They'll need Bellagamba today.
Well, Randy Scheid played very well last week in replace of Bellagamba when Andy had the hurt arm.
Robinson keeps the ball, and he's crushed by number 84, Flanagan. And that'll be about a 5-yard loss.
Don, nobody even blocked Flanagan. Flanagan just went right through the line, didn't fall for the fake to Scheid, and just smothered Robinson about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think someone missed an assignment there. Second and 15 on the Prep 41-yard line. Ridgefield now moves to the line. There's a different formation here, and there's flags all over the place.
I think it was Mike Truschke, number 89, the tight end, that moved.
We haven't seen that formation yet today. Vigiano is out in the slot. They had Jenkins and Scheid as the running backs, but it's all for naught. And it'll be second down and 20. Penalties, again, hurting Ridgefield. They've already got about 25 yards worth of penalties. In the game against Ward, they had 100 yards worth of penalties, or somewhere near there, and still won the football game.
Be interesting to see if Ridgefield passes on this down. They might even use the halfback option that they've used quite often during the year. Fairfield Prep's looking for a pass.
Now Truschke splits out to the left. And the handoff is to Scheid, who high steps his way across the 50, across the 45, down to the 43-yard line, but it'll still be third down and about 15, 16 yards to go. I think they'd save the halfback option for a first down or second and short call when they would not be in a pass defense formation. I don't think it'd work really that well.
I'd look for the draw right here, for Vigiano or Jenkins. Oh, the quick in.
Pass was intended for Lee Dunn. It was a quick out, and it just went through his hands, and even if he had caught it, he'd have been smacked right there.
He would not have gotten the first down. He would have been about 10 yards short of the first down. Ridgefield's going to have to punt.
Lee Dunn's back to punt for Ridgefield.
Now, Coach Miola wants a timeout here.
There's a timeout in the field. It is 4th and 16 with 9:23 left in the second quarter.
Ridgefield's had good field position all game. They get the ball. The first time they got the ball, they got it on the Prep 10-yard line. And the second time, they got it at the 50-yard line, and a holding penalty the next time pushed it back to their own 35. And right now, they drove the ball up around inside the 50.
And got pushed back again.
They could not do anything.
Well, I don't know how long they're going to be able to depend on Prep committing turnovers. That really got them the 7-point lead. It'd be a much different story if those didn't happen. But as we mentioned, Prep did commit 7 turnovers against Fitch last week, and lost the game 9-7, even though they played well aside from those turnovers. And I'm sure they've got to stop that.
Well, Prep has had some success passing against Ridgefield. The only time they haven't been able to contain the pass rush is when Ridgefield's been moving the line, blitzing the linebackers.
Dunn takes a snap, and it's a fairly decent kick, taken at the 20-yard line.
Tackled by Bill Booth.
It'll be a 22-yard line. And it was returned by Mario Galasso. And Prep's got a long way to go again. The pitch out to Bill Reed on the right. And he's hit high by Bob Meyers, and he's brought down for about a yard gain, maybe. And it'll be second down and 9.
Reed had a little trouble handling the ball on that pitch. He had to look down and make sure he had it tucked away.
He just didn't have anywhere to go there. I was surprised that Bob Meyers could bring him down, tackling him at the shoulder pads, because Reed's a strong runner. But he did do it. Gives again to Reed. He runs over his own blocker, spins around, and he'll get nothing.
Not getting too much help from his offensive line.
Looked like he ran into number 62, Richard Matthews. And he just ran right up the back of him and stopped right there. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Passing formation for Prep. Only 2 runners in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Reed.
Blitzing again.
Heavy rush, and he's brought down. Mike Maiolo was in there,
Along
and
with
I believe Bill Booth.
Once again, the linebackers are what's giving the Prep offensive line trouble, and they blitz. They
Second
delay
big
blitz
play.
a little there. Little delay blitz, and the offensive line relaxed, and Maiolo just busted right through the line and got right to the quarterback.
That's the second big play turned in by Mike Maiolo so far. And now they're going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. It's a low kick taken by McGarry. He's got some room right up the middle, and he's down to the 35 of Prep. And again, superb field position for Ridgefield.
Nice block by Mike Riddell on number 40, Bruce Carulia of Prep. Just took him right out of his play.
It was about a 35-yard kick and about a 10-yard return. Ridgefield have excellent field position once again, and they'd like to cash in on these. Their offense has stalled the last 2 times out. It gives to Bellagamba right up the middle. And he's still going. And he's finally tackled by number 32, Brian Smith. He just grabbed onto his ankles.
Andy does not stop running. He just keeps moving his legs and keeps bowling away.
Yeah, he just keeps moving until he's definitely stopped. There's a 5-yard gain out of that.
One thing I noticed last time was that the Prep defense knows that Ridgefield's not going to pass, and their cornerbacks and their safeties are staying really away from the split receiver, and they're just keying on the run up the middle.
And the ball's fumbled. It looked like it was a fake handoff, and somehow the runner bumped into the ball. But it was recovered by Ridgefield. I think it's Rob White. And it'll be now 3rd down and 5. They're a little bit too far out for a field goal attempt. They'd like to make this 1st down.
And going into the I formation with Riddell in the slot.
And Robinson rolls out. Right, he's got some time. Now he throws end over end pass, intercepted. Intercepted by number 26, William Demore. And
the pass was intended for Tim Jansen. It was thrown a little bit behind him.
pass was not your tight spiral, but it was intercepted, and Prep takes over, stops Ridgefield again. And they'll have it at their own 25, it looks like. And he hands off up the middle, stopped quickly by number 61, Jeff Ambrose. I believe that was Goldman that ran the ball. Be 2nd down and 9. There's a timeout in the field.
See a 4-minute warning.
I think Prep might start passing the ball in Ridgefield. They're not getting a lot over the ground. But they give it to Reed on the right side, smacked by Terry Collins. then hit by 3 other Ridgefield defenders, and not much gain there. Mike Maiolo, Mike Highland were all in the tackle.
Nice job by Terry Collins to stop Reed. Held him there until he could get some help from the other linebackers and the rest of the secondary.
3rd down, 7 yards to go for Prep. And I think the pass defense will be tested. Galasso's slotted out to the left. And he's back to pass.
Bobby
and he's
Meyers.
sacked again. There's a flag down. Bob Meyers is right there. Brought him down. Big loss in the play, but a flag is down. We'll have to see what that is. It was thrown in the secondary.
It was a hold on the Ridgefield defense.
It looks like a hold against Ridgefield. It's calling the referee over, or another official over.
Probably one of the defensive backs that hit a receiver and hit him illegally.
And if it was a holding, it'll be a 1st down. That looks like what it was. It is.
It's going to be 3rd down and short for Prep here. Big chance there. They lost a lot of yards. Now they have a second life. They can, it's about 2 yards. They can get a 1st down and continue this drive.
Well, that's my mistake. I thought in the pros, of course, defensive holding is a 1st down. I guess not in high school. But it will be 3rd and 2. Got 3 backs in the backfield. They give to Galasso, and he's smacked. He will not get it. It looked like Jeff Ambrose. I'm not sure.
Ambrose burst through a hole in the line and plugged it up and hit Galasso.
Prep getting nothing over the ground. They had a little in the 1st quarter, but that's been shut off. Prep will be forced to punt on 4th and 1.
2:25 left. Ridgefield has a lot of time to get some more points back on the board.
Tom Gahuli's back to punt. He kicks. It's another low kick. That'll have to bounce. That's taken by McGarry, and he gets about 8 yards in the return out to the 43-yard line. And Ridgefield again with decent field position. They just haven't moved the ball. I'd like to know how many total yards they have, because that touchdown drive was only about 15 yards. And they haven't gotten much besides that.
Paul Beatty's in at quarterback. You think now that Ridgefield, with time running out, with about 2 minutes left, they're going to go through the air.
But I doubt it. I think they'll remain pretty conservative with a 7-point lead. I think they'd be glad just to go into halftime with that lead.
Now they're in the I formation with Riddell in the slot and Jansen wide left.
And he pitches out to Sean Jenkins, and he stopped it. No gain on the play. It was Brian Smith who made the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Ridgefield has
1:36 left in the
about
first half.
4 timeouts left, right, Don?
I think they've only used 1, yeah.
So even if they keep it on the ground, they should be able to get into field goal range. But they haven't been driving this whole game. They need about 1 big play to get it across the 50 into Prep territory, right?
And Beatty throws
Truschke.
complete. Mike Truschke, that'll be a 1st down to the 40-yard line of Prep.
Paul Beatty's first completion of this year.
Pass was right in the money. Truschke was open, and that's a big play. Still 1:11 left in the first half. So they can just get in to field goal range for Tyler Marthaler, which I think is comfortable field goal range, about 40 yards. And if they can get into that range with a 10-0 lead going into the locker room, they'll be very happy. Now they're back in the wishbone. And gives Bellagamba up the middle, and he had some yardage. Peter Tolk grabbed him by the legs and stopped him. It'll be timeout for
Ridgefield
Ridgefield.
calls a timeout with
50
seconds left.
That's only the 2nd timeout they've used. They've got 3 left. Ball's on the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Ridgefield might run another quick in right here to Probably Tim Jansen. See, Coach Morello didn't have Tim Jansen go back out and bring in another receiver, either Skanga or Dunn. You might want to think, since Jansen's taller, he's about 6'3", he's a bigger target over the middle. Say Ridgefield has to pick up about 15 more yards to be in good field goal range.
Yeah, but there's only 35 seconds left. They've got to call a timeout after every play. And
then they have
I think they can do
3
it,
left,
though.
right?
Yeah. It's not really a huge crowd today here. I guess it's a beautiful day. I guess everybody's out doing something else.
It's a good crowd for Ridgefield, considering the distance. Travel, it's about a 45-minute drive. It is a good crowd.
Looks like there's almost as many Ridgefield fans as there are Prep. And now they're back. Bellagamba and Riddell in the backfield. The pitch out is to Riddell on the right, and he's stopped by number 33, George Goldman, and thrown down. Pick up about 2 yards in the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3. They call timeout again.
Nice play by Goldman on that. Wrestle Riddell right to the ground.
That play just never seemed to materialize. There are 2 Prep defenders right out there, and they weren't picked up, and that play just didn't go anywhere.
Don, what do you think Ridgefield's going to do right now?
Well, it looks like they only have, well, 3 yards to go, maybe a little less. And I think they'll try some kind of running play to get the 1st down. That would leave them probably about 18, 15 seconds left. And they can maybe try, they'll probably keep it on the ground or the short pass route. They just want to get down to the 20-yard line for a field goal attempt. And they're on the 31, it looks like now. 48 yards for Marthal is out of the question. So they're going to have to get something. I believe they have 2 timeouts left. And Beatty's still in at quarterback. It's Jenkins and Bellagamba in the backfield. And he's back to pass.
Looking for Jansen.
And he's hit hard and sacked.
Beatty was looking for Jansen, and Jansen was down around the 20-yard line.
Number 69, Frank Flaherty, hit him. And it'll be 4th and 10. And it looks like they're going to go for it. They called timeout with 15 seconds left. Beatty's still in the game. So I guess they're going to go for it. Here I'd almost look for a running play because I don't think they want to take any chances on getting the ball intercepted and run back for a score. They don't want to go in the locker room tied. And I think they'd be pleased enough just to go in 7-0.
They could run a draw to Vigiano, or they could just give it to Andy Bellagamba up the middle.
Well, that seems to be Ridgefield's favorite play on the long yardage situations. I don't think I've seen him pass once all year. They've had a 3rd and 10 or something like that. They like to stick with their strengths, which is on the ground. There's one more timeout for Ridgefield in case they do pick up this 1st down. And Beatty moves up to the line. Jenkins is in the slot to the left, along with Jansen split far. And it is a draw play to Riddell. He spins away, but he'll only pick up about 4 yards. Not enough for the 1st down.
And Prep calls timeout immediately. Try and set up the long bomb or something.
Well, there's only 9 seconds left. And that ball's on the 36-yard line of Prep. And I don't know what they're going to try to do here. Because there's no time to hit a long bomb, get into field goal range. And putting it up is a little risky. Mike Highland is about 20 yards in back for Ridgefield, the free safety. Madison's about 15, and so is Meyers.
So Ridgefield's looking for the long pass. Prep might just run the draw and give it a read.
And he's back to pass. He steps up in the pocket, throws deep, down the middle. Incomplete. Still 2 seconds left in the clock. He just couldn't reach Jeff Roberts. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Right now, I think Prep has to get maybe a short pass over the middle, hope somebody breaks it long.
Well, he's been getting a lot of time to throw the ball on several occasions. There have been 2 Ridgefield sacks, I think. Now Highland's dropping back about the same distance as he was before. He's standing on the Ridgefield 43. And he's back to pass again, same play. He throws short. Incomplete, that's the half.
Bobby Meyers and Jeff Ambrose, or Mike Maiolo, excuse me, were all over.
So that's the end of the first half. 7-0 Ridgefield. And we're going to take a break.
Field, home of Fairfield Prep. And Fairfield Prep's getting ready to kick off here to Ridgefield. Ridgefield leads 7-0. Third quarter. I'm Mike McDonald along with Bob Darrow. And Bob, what do you think of the game so far?
It looks like a defensive battle to me, Mike, other than the opening drive for the Tigers in which they scored off of a fumble by Fairfield. There hasn't been much activity in the offensive part. So I would really watch the passing game in the second half. Both clubs, I believe, will try to get their offense moving.
Really, that drive by Ridgefield was not really a drive. It was only 15 yards. Because Fairfield Prep just handed them the ball almost.
It was nothing that spectacular, but it did get 7 points on the board, and that is the difference in this game right now.
Okay, Craig Maloney kicks off. Good kick. Riddell takes it about the 15. Good return. He gets it out to about the 30, 50-yard return. Brought down by number 81, Christopher Mann.
Mike Riddell made use of his excellent speed in that return where he picked up 15 yards on the return before anyone even knew he had the ball. So he's definitely an asset to the special teams.
Okay, Tigers come out. They got Robinson at quarterback, Phelps at center, there's Jansen wide left. They come out in the I formation this time. Riddell in the slot, Jenkins and Bellagamba in the backfield. He gives Bellagamba up the middle. He picks up about 8 yards. Good run for Tony Bellagamba. Nice blocking on the line.
Looks like Ridgefield's just going to be handing off to the backs as much as they can until they get to the third down situations and try to get the first downs with the running game, other than taking the chances by going to the air and taking the chance of maybe another possible interception in the second half. So as long as Ridgefield can keep their running plays steady and picking up yardage, I believe they'll go with that.
Okay, Ridgefield in the I formation once again. Skanga left. Riddell in the slot. Gives to Bellagamba again. He gets the first down. He picks up about 4 yards. He's 1st and 10 for Ridgefield at about the 47-yard line, 46-yard line. Tony Bellagama's seen a lot of action. It looks like he's going to see a lot more of the second half.
Yes, Andy has definitely been
Andy Bellagamba, excuse me.
Has done a great job for the Tigers offense this year. He gets the majority of the running calls, and even when he was hurt last week, he acted as a team leader because he was in there and the defense was keying on him, and he did not get the ball as much.
Okay, Robinson once again gives to Bellagamba. Bellagamba picks up about 2 yards. That'll make it about, he picked up about 3. It'll be a second about 7.
So Ridgefield's going to try to hold on to the ball today in this drive. They've already had it for almost 2 minutes, and they're close to the 50-yard line. So
okay, Ridgefield comes out. Jansen wide right. They're in the wishbone once again. Oh, Robinson loses the ball. Robinson went to hand off to Bellagamba, but he did not get it back in time. He made his own recovery.
looked like the snap was just, or the handoff rather, was just completely missed.
I think what's been happening a lot today is that Jimmy's been meaning to fake, and he's not pulling the ball back completely, and the running back is either trying to take the ball, or it's just hitting his pads
It's
and
nipping his
off.
leg or or shoulder and causing the fumble. But Ridgefield's been fairly lucky with their recoveries so
Tigers
far.
were very fortunate there. Okay, it's third down about 7 for Ridgefield.
Looks like they might. No, they don't go to the air.
The gives to Jenkins. Jenkins gets about 3 yards. They'll make it 4th and about 4 for Ridgefield. And looks like they're going to punt.
Not enough for the first down, so Lee Dunn will come in and punt for the Tigers.
Okay. Prep has Peterson and Galasso back. Dunn getting set to kick. Jeff Meyers doing the snapping. Little high snap. Dunn jumps, gets it. Good, fairly good kick. Nice bounce for Ridgefield. Gets all the way down to the 10-yard line of Fairfield Prep where they will start. It was down by Tyler Marthaler.
Fantastic punt for Ridgefield, and the special teams got down there very quickly in order to down the ball. And Fairfield's going to be they have 90 yards to set up a score, and they're not in a very admirable position here.
Okay. Prep comes out with Maloney at quarterback. Reed and Goldman in the backfield. Galasso in motion. Gives to Goldman. He fumbles. Picked up by Jerome Mohring for Ridgefield at about the 3-yard line. The second time Fairfield Prep's been deep in its own territory that they have fumbled. First play they had of the first half they fumbled, and the first play of the second half they fumbled.
Right, they have not been very lucky with the fumbling. Not only are they fumbling, but they're doing it very deep into their own territory. And once again, Ridgefield looks like it's going to put together another scoring drive here, and it would be kind of hard not to get this ball into the end zone.
Okay, just got to look for Andy Bellagamba right here.
I think he'll just, Robinson will just hand it to him every time.
Hey, Robinson, no, gives to Scheid. It was Randy Scheid who was moved to halfback because he played so well last week. Coach Milo decided he needed to give him more time.
So while everyone was watching Andy Bellagamba, snuck in for the touchdown. That makes it 13-0 for the Tigers with very little offense already today.
5-yard run for Scheid. Now Lee Dunn's in for the extra point. Jimmy Robinson to hold and Jeff Meyer to snap.
Lee's 7 for 8 this year in extra points. It'll make it 14-0 if he gets this one.
It was partially blocked, I think, and there's a flag. It's going to be roughing the kicker. The ball was wide.
Roughing the kicker is
roughing
called.
The kicker.
Roughing the kicker against Prep.
I think Prep's complaining that one of the players touched the ball, and once the ball's touched, they can hit the kicker.
But the referees stand by their decision, so it'll be half the distance of the goal line at about the
1.5
yard line. Yes. So you could see the 2-point play for Ridgefield right here. You will see it.
Tigers are going to go for 2 right here. They figured it's only 1.5 yards to pick up. Robinson gives to Bellagamba.
Doesn't look like Bellagamba got him.
No, he did not make it. Okay. Coach Milo called back a almost chip shot of an extra point and tried to get the 2 points in. So now Ridgefield leads 13-0.
And we'll be back with the kickoff.
Marthaler getting set to kick off. Jesuits have Peterson and Galasso back. Kick by Marthaler. Low kick on the ground. Taken by Peterson. He runs left. He's got a low opening. Peterson's brought down by Madison. Ridgefield players are claiming they have the ball. Peterson fumbled.
I believe the whistle was blown, and the rule about ground causing a fumble would take effect right here. So Fairfield maintains possession.
Terry Collins and Tim Madison were in on the tackle for Ridgefield. Now Fairfield Prep comes out once again. And last time, the first play, they fumbled after giving it to Goldman.
This is some of their best field position of the day also. They have it on the 37-yard line.
So again, they have Maloney and Reed. Screen pass to Glasso. Glasso has a lot of running room. He's going to pick up the first down and more. He's still on his feet. He's up around the Ridgefield 45-yard line where he was hit by Bill Booth.
Great blocking by Fairfield in this case, Mike. They just set up the screen beautifully and went out and got the defenders of Ridgefield, letting Reed, or Glasso rather, cut into the middle where there was no one covering. Got about 18 yards on that play. An excellent offensive play by the Jesuits.
The Ridgefield player down on the field. I cannot tell who it is. Can you, Buck?
No, his back is towards the other side, so as soon as we get the word, we'll let you know.
Okay, it was a nice bit of running there by Glasso. Good call by the Fairfield Prep coach, Coach Lavery. The injured player's getting up. It's Marty McGarry. He appears to have hurt his shoulder or something.
He'll walk off the field with his by himself, though, so it looks like he's okay, and we'll probably see him in the next defensive play. At least I hope he's an excellent player for the defense of Ridgefield. So
Brian Crow's in to replace McGarry. There's about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Prep comes out. Reed and Goldman in the backfield.
Jeff Roberts split to the right.
Maloney looks for the pass. He gets to 41.
That's Roberts with the reception. Gets a first down.
Robertson, he's got more than a first down. Brought down by Meyers and Madison. So Fairfield, as you said, Bob, Fairfield Prep would come out passing, and they did. They came out first with a little screen pass, picked up a lot of yards on that. Right there, they picked up about 11 yards on that pass play to Peterson.
Especially now that they're down by 13 points, it's going to be 2 more scoring drives that they'll need. So.
Okay, looking for a screen pass to Roberts. He only picks up about 2 or 3 yards, where he's smothered by Booth, Crow, and Ambrose. Okay, it's 2nd and 6 for Prep. Got about 4 yards in that screen pass.
This is Prep's deepest penetration of the day. They're all the way down to the 32-yard line of Ridgefield.
Big test for the Ridgefield defense here. Okay, Maloney calling the signals. Got Glasso in motion. He gives to Goldman. Goldman stacked up at the line of scrimmage by Bardenhagen, Crow, and Ambrose.
Crow was the first man there, and so Marty McGarry, replacement, is doing a good job already.
2 tackles and 2 plays. So it'd be 3rd and about 6 for Prep. You have to look for them to pass again.
Definitely a passing down in this case.
They got Roberts split right.
And Glasso.
Reed and Goldman in the backfield. He's looking for Roberts. The throw is low.
Bad throw. Bad throw by
Maloney.
Craig Maloney.
Okay, 4th and about 6 here for Prep.
Roberts was open on that play, Mike, and could have possibly set up a first down situation there if it was recepted. So
might see a screen pass to the right here by Prep, setting up Glasso, who's on the flanker right. Maloney fakes to Goldman. The pass is complete to Glasso, but he did not get the first down.
Oh, but roughing the passer is called.
Bobby Meyers is going to be called for roughing the passer. There's a nice play out there by number 58, Terry Collins. After Glasso made the reception, he just
Maloney
refused to let him get past the first down marker. And back in the Prep backfield, Bobby Meyers smothered Maloney, and Maloney's down. He appears to be injured.
It looks to me as if maybe the wind was knocked out of him, so I hope it's not a serious injury, but he was holding his gut when he fell down, so.
It's a costly penalty for Ridgefield. That'll be 1st and 10 for Prep, and it'll be around the Ridgefield 20-yard line. So Prep's at least in field goal range. Maloney's still down in the field. He's being attended to.
He's good on we lost.
Okay, the referees are marking off the penalties inside the Ridgefield 20-yard line, about the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Fairfield Prep.
The only problem for Fairfield in this situation is that if Maloney is injured, he's also the kicker. And field goal range wouldn't do them that much good if he's that hurt that he could not go out and kick the field goals. So.
Okay, Maloney appears to be all right. He's walking off the field under his own power. I think he wants to stay in the game, but his coach wants to let him sit out and play and make sure.
Also, Mike, I think if the clock is stopped as of injury, they must sit out at least one play. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure how they do it in high school, but as far as college and pros, that's
college
the way
and pro,
it's
that's right. I'm not sure about high school either. Quarterback now is going to be number 47, Tom Gilhilly. Okay, Gilhilly, first play as a quarterback. Takes the ball, just runs right up the middle. Quarterback sneak. Picks up about 6 yards.
No one was looking for a quarterback sneak on a 1st down and 10 yards to go, so it was an effective play, although not one of the usual.
Okay, Maloney's back in. He appears to be all right. Runs back on the field. Gilhilly gets a big welcome coming back to the sideline of Fairfield Prep. Oh, Paul Hyde's coming in. Richfield's going to have to hurry. Get Steve Barton taken off the field. Okay, Maloney's calling the signals. He drops back. He's looking for... It's a touchdown.
Roberts.
Roberts got the touchdown. Big pass.
And Fairfield Prep is back in this game.
Right back in the game.
Roberts made an excellent reception on that play, Mike, and just carried the ball with his own strength into the end zone through 2 Tiger defenders.
Okay, Maloney's in for the extra point try. They're going to go for 1. Oh, Fairfield Prep, if they hit this extra point, all they'll have to do is get a touchdown, another extra point.
Or 2 field goals would tie him and put the game into overtime.
There's no overtime in high school, Bob. Okay. Maloney is a soccer-style kicker. Roberts to hold. Snap's good. Kick is up. And it's also good. So after a 70-yard drive by Fairfield Prep, Ridgefield still leads 13-7. But Fairfield Prep is threatening. We'll be back right after this. Getting the ball up. We're getting set. Ridgefield has Vigiano and Riddell deep. Maloney's kick. It's a good
Great
kick. Nice long drive. Taken by Vigiano about the 5-yard line. Gets it up around the 30-yard line of Ridgefield. Be 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 30-yard line. 25-yard return by Vigiano. And that's pretty good field position for Ridgefield. Not what they've had this game, but that's good field position nevertheless.
Tigers are going to want to put together some sort of scoring drive on this one, because if they do even put a field goal on the board, that cause the Jesuits of Fairfield to have to score 2 more times instead of just once is the situation right now.
Okay, wishbone offense. Robinson gives to Bellagamba. He picks up about 2 yards. So it should be about 2nd and 8 for Ridgefield. Andy Bellagamba is definitely the workhorse of this Ridgefield offense today.
Matt Skanga's in the game now. He's lined up to the right side for the Tigers.
Skanga left. Bellagamba, Jenkins, and Riddell in the backfield. Robinson appears to be calling an audible. Timeout by Ridgefield. Robinson was confused a little bit by the Prep defense.
As soon as Robinson started his audible, number 33, George Goldman, came in and appeared to be blitzing. So instead of taking the chance of a delay of game, Jimmy Robinson called one of his 5 timeouts and still has 4 left. So
Yeah, the coaching staff saw Goldman go up while Jimmy was looking the other way and yelling the audible. And they immediately all yelled timeout for Jimmy to call a timeout. So there's always the risk of a turnover in that situation. And that's one thing Ridgefield does not need right now, a turnover. They need a long drive, give their defense some time to rest.
So the Tigers are going to have a second down and 8 yards to go. Most likely another running play.
2:27 left in the third quarter. Okay, second down and 8 for Ridgefield. Skanga still right. The give to Riddell, the second back through, and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. It'd be about third down and 3 yards to go.
Great blocking by Andy Bellagamba on that play. It was a fake handoff to him, and he went ahead and took out 2 defenders from Fairfield. So giving room for Riddell to get about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Okay, Robinson gives to Riddell again. He does not get the first down. He only gets about a yard. It'll be 4th down, about 2, and I think Ridgefield's going to kick right here. Okay, Ridgefield, one thing I noticed is that Ridgefield on his offense is running definitely to the left side, their strong side, where they have Mike Truschke, Jeff Meyers, and Todd Peterson. And they're running basically behind those 3 blockers.
Lee Dunn's going to be back for the Tigers to punt.
Prep has Peterson and Galasso deep. The kick by Dunn is not a good kick at all. It's very high. Does not go too long. Galasso calls for the fair catch at about the 40-yard line of Fairfield Prep. Good field position for the Jesuits. Be 1st and 10. And Prep has a good chance right here to put another drive in.
The Tiger defense is going to have to hold back Fairfield Prep on this one play because they're only 1 scoring drive away from, 1 touchdown away from tying up and possibly going ahead in this ball game if the extra point were to be good.
Okay, Maloney has Glasgow wide left and Roberts wide right. He's looking for Roberts. His pass is thrown behind him, incomplete.
Good try by Roberts. He almost pulled it down with his left arm on that play, which would have been a first down for Fairfield.
But not a well-thrown pass thrown behind him. So it's 2nd down and 10 for Fairfield Prep. And I think they'll probably still keep throwing the ball, using their combination of screen passes and just about 5 or 6 yard quick ins to drive down the field.
Screen pass has been very effective for them today. Their major scoring drive involved an 18-yard screen pass that was set up beautifully by the backfield. So that could be...
Maloney is Glasgow in motion. He keeps the ball, and he slips, and he's hit by Bill Booth and Jeff Ambrose. He lost about a yard. So it's about 3rd down and about 11 for Fairfield Prep. Maloney's feet just went right out from under him, and he fell down, and he was hit immediately by Ridgefield. I think Ridgefield definitely has to be looking for a pass right here.
Right, they have Roberts, their leading receiver, lined up to the right. He'd be probably the man to watch if a pass did happen in this situation.
He's looking, there's a setting up the screen pass for Roberts. Covered well by Ridgefield, really. He's brought down by
the block
Bobby Meyers, and Marty McGarry was in on the tackle. 4th down, about 7 for Fairfield Prep, and they're going to have to punt.
The blocking on that screen left much to be desired, Mike. Their other screen passes today have been very well set up, and the blockers just did not get out there in time. Ridgefield read this one all the way, and we're in there to tackle Roberts right away, so nothing materialized out of that play.
I think Ridgefield was expecting that play. Okay, that's the end of the third quarter. Here at Alumni Field with the score, Ridgefield 13, Fairfield Prep 7. We'll be back in a moment with the fourth quarter. You're watching Tiger TV.
Okay, Prep has the ball at their 44-yard line. 13-7 game here. Starting out in the fourth quarter, they're going to punt. And it's a low kick, kind of end over end, fumbled by Mike Riddell, and it's recovered by Ridgefield, I believe. Yes, very, very lucky play there.
After Riddell fumbled the ball, he tipped the ball up out of the reach of, that was number 67, Kurt Hafner for Fairfield, who tried to recover the ball, but I believe Ambrose was the one that did recover the ball, so it was a very risky situation, but the Tigers maintained possession.
Ridgefield's been very fortunate on the fumbles. They've recovered every fumble they've had, and they've been very fortunate in that respect. Robinson gives the, no, he keeps the ball, now he throws deep, wide open is Mike Truschke. He's got it.
Truschke could go all the way. He is.
And he's gone. Touchdown Ridgefield. The key block was by Sean Jenkins.
That makes it 19 points to 7 points for Fairfield. Truschke just was not covered at all. He's been lined up in the tight end position all game and been doing blocking most of the time. Actually has not gone out for a pass yet today, and no one expected him to this time, but he did. And excellent play by Ridgefield, just capitalizing on the ignorance of the Fairfield team.
Well, I think that one's been set up the whole game. The cornerbacks have been creeping farther and farther in because Ridgefield hardly ever passes, and finally it burned him, and it's a big, big play. And again, the key block was Sean Jenkins. Truschke would have been caught, almost definitely, except Sean Jenkins got in the way of the three defenders of Prep, and they just couldn't catch him after that. I think Sean deserves a lot of credit for that.
That's right. Also, Fairfield had obviously noticed that Ridgefield has not been passing on first and second down, and only on third down when they were 8 to 10 yards deep. Because of the versatility of Andy Bellagamba, the fullback, they've had no problem running the ball today, and they just assumed, like on any of the other drives, that the first down would be handed off to Andy Bellagamba. Also, the score on by Ridgefield in the third quarter, when Randy Scheid went into the end zone for 6 points, it was a fake handoff to Bellagamba to begin with, and then handed to Scheid. So everyone has been expecting Bellagamba to run the ball, and with the fakes to him, everything's being set up very well.
Ridgefield leads 19 to 7, 11:29 left in the game. A 72-yard touchdown pass from Jim Robinson to Mike Truschke. And Lee Dunn's practicing a few air kicks. And he's ready for the extra point try. They missed their second extra point because a roughing the kicker penalty, and then they went for the two-point conversion and it failed. Now they do it again. Robinson throws complete, and it worked.
Bellagamba. So once again, Ridgefield fools the defense of Fairfield Prep and takes 2 points on that conversion, making it 21-7, forcing Prep to have to either get one two-point conversion or score both extra points if they are to score 2 more times.
That was a clever play there. And Ridgefield now leads 21-7. And we're going to see a lot of the pass defense, see what they're really made of.
That's right. Fairfield will have to go out passing through the whole rest of the game because 2 touchdowns is a lot to make up with only 11:29 left to play in the game. And at the rate that they've been scoring, it's going to really have to be a lot of effort on their part to get their receivers open.
Well, Galasso and Peterson are back for Prep. Marthaler's kicks have not been long today. They've not been high either. He hasn't had the best of days.
So Fairfield has trouble recovering the bouncing kicks, and
there's another spinner, and that's going to spin right out of bounds, probably. That's a 5-yard penalty. Brian Smith. The ball, I guess, is put on the 40-yard line, a new rule I was not aware of. So Prep gets a break there. They get great field position. Almost a foolish play by Brian Smith. He was about to touch it about a foot away from the in line, but wisely let it go.
It seemed like one of the coaches yelled from the sideline to tell him not to because it was right near the team, and definitely a smart move by Brian Smith.
Maloney gives to number 33, George Goldman. He plows up the middle for about 4 yards.
Although we came here expecting Bill Reed to do most of the running today, it seemed like Goldman's been getting a majority of the calls. I don't think Reed is hurt, but Goldman has been doing a fairly good job with the first down runs that he's been doing.
We could have 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. And hand off again to Goldman, right up the middle. He's got a big, big hole. He fumbles the ball.
And looks like Ridgefield's recovered.
Prep has it, I think, and they do. Big pickup there.
Lucky break for Fairfield on that one. If Ridgefield were to recover that fumble, there were the chances of Fairfield being able to score 2 more times would be very limited. We expected them to come out passing, Don, but it just doesn't seem like they're doing that with the strong running by Goldman.
Well, they're showing their poise. There's still plenty of time left in the game. They realize they don't need to, they could use every second, but they don't need to hurry.
They got Reed back in the game now.
He fakes and he throws way offline. Intended for 21, Mario Galasso, and he just missed him entirely.
Meyers could have had a chance at intercepting that ball, but he had been playing the man all the way and did not even see the pass, so lucky for Fairfield.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Ridgefield 36-yard line.
The defense is looking for pass here. They've got number 21.
And he's back to pass.
Gary off to the side.
Throws into a crowd. Puts it on the ground fairly wisely there because if he had gotten it up into that crowd, there's a high possibility of an interception. He just wasn't open. I think he threw that ball away more than anything else.
Yeah, he would have had to really thread the needle to Goldman on that pass, and it's just too much of a chance. There was 2 Tiger defenders right there. Great coverage.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Maloney brings his team up to the line.
They got Robert split to the right this time. He's had a few receptions for Fairfield today already.
And there's an offside. Looks like number 84, Scott Flanagan, jumped. And that will cost him 5 yards.
Offside Prep.
No doubt that they will be passing on this down now, Don, or there's always the possibility, though, that they could go with the delay. Richfield's been caught on that play a couple of times today. Goldman with the delay for 10 to 15 yards on both times.
Well, I think there's definitely a 2-down situation for Prep because they're in Ridgefield territory. If they don't make it here, I think they might go for it.
A field goal would not really do that much for them in this stage of the game either, and so they would probably use their 4th downs as passing downs.
He's back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Throws.
Roberts looks like he just gave up on that one. A little bit wide.
Jeff Roberts was open there, and I think Maloney just missed him. And it will be 4th down and 15. And after the pass was off, he got decked, and he's looked to be a little shaken up. But Thomas Gahuli is in. And Bob, let's have a ruling on those shoes Tom wears. Those,
It appears like the old high top style that they used to wear back in the 40s, Don.
looks like it's definitely a very interesting make.
This could be a possible fake punt you might see here. Maybe Prep might want to get back at Ridgefield for the fakes they've pulled on them already today, so I wouldn't rule out that right away.
I think Coach Maiolo's out there right now warning them of that. I'd be surprised if a fake would be pulled off successfully right here, because I think they'd be looking for it. They have no reason really to worry about setting up a return. They won't get good field position, but all they need is the ball, and they can run off some time on the clock. They'd lead by 2 touchdowns. There's one thing they don't want to do is be fooled by a fake punt.
It looks like Jeff Roberts is in there, so if anyone gets the call, it would be to him, I suppose, and they'll be guarding Roberts fairly well in this play.
And
Nice
snaps
snap.
a little high. He gets a punt off. It's a high, short kick, and taken by Vigiano. It looked like he was interfered with before he caught the ball. Number 40 for Prep, Bruce Kurilla. Looked like he hit him, but nothing was called, and he caught the ball anyhow. So it'll be first down Ridgefield on their 21-yard line with 10 minutes exactly left in the game.
Ridgefield's not necessarily going to be thinking about a scoring drive in this situation, Don, but only to eat up the clock. If they can hold the ball for 4 minutes, which would bring them fairly deep into Fairfield's zone, they could definitely make it very hard for Fairfield to score twice.
Well, this is where Bellagamba comes into play. And the hand is the second back through Jenkins. He goes right up the middle for about a yard or two. And those are the kind of plays you're going to expect for the next few minutes.
The clock will be Fairfield's worst enemy in this case, because they really are going to need the time to get their 2 drives, and successful ones let alone.
I think they've been their own worst enemy today, because their 2 of Ridgefield's touchdowns were a direct result of Fairfield fumbles, and the other touchdown was a 72-yard pass where they got greedy and didn't let a man go. Jim Robinson calls timeout. Didn't like what he saw. And
we'll come back to you from Alumni Field after this timeout.
Okay, we're back. And Robinson moves the team up the line. Dunn is split far to the right side. Bellagamba, Jenkins, and Riddell in the backfield. Give us to, I didn't see it. I guess it's Bellagamba.
Yes, Bellagamba was the ball carrier. He got about 3 yards on the play.
Jimmy's ability to hide the ball from where he's handing off is very good. That cost him 2 touchdowns in the game against Ward when the officials stopped the play after they thought that he had handed the ball off and he'd kept it. And it's hard to see exactly when he hands it off and when it
often confuses us up in the booth, Don, because we're not sure who gets the ball.
He hands off to the second back through. Big hole, Mike Riddell, and he breaks it out to the 44-yard line. That's a first down. That's a big third down pickup there. And it looks like there's a Prep man hurt, Brian Smith, number 32. And time is out in the field. And that's a big play, because 3rd and 4, if they can convert on those, keep that clock running, they're in good shape.
They have 4 more downs now to work with and to keep the clock running, and it was a great play by Mike Riddell.
I think the line really opened that one up. That was a gaping hole there. I think Ridgefield's gotten smarter as the game has gone on, because in the first few minutes, Peter Tolk was making the majority of tackles. They were running at him, and he was stopping him. And we haven't called his name too much since then. So they're either doing a very good blocking job on him, or they're just not running at him as much. And Smith is still down. We didn't see what happened to him. And Prep has had some problems with injuries today. Dennis Brown earlier went off in an ambulance, I think for an ankle injury, and it was very serious. Their time was out for about 15 minutes. But
Looks like he's okay, though. and
Smith
he's-
is walking off the field. He should be all right.
Scoreboard's being corrected here. There'll be 8:22 left in the fourth quarter.
He gives the ball to Bellagamba up the middle. He gets about 4. Well, 3 maybe. And it'll be second down and 7.
Taken down by Frank Flaherty. Flaherty's made a few tackles here today, too, and it appears that they're going to have to be careful about running against him, too.
I think they just want to keep that ball in the middle of the field, keep the clock moving. And they've done a good job of that so far. It's the first time all day that they've had a sustained drive. And he pitches out kind of wildly to Jenkins, and he's tackled at the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5, but he wisely stayed in bounds.
Very dangerous play by Jimmy Robinson. In that case, he tossed the ball back, did not look what he was doing, and almost went over the head of Jenkins. If that happened, it's been a very dangerous situation for Ridgefield, because they still have not gotten out of their own territory, and that would give Fairfield excellent field position if they did recover a fumble.
Well, they can't advance fumbles in high school, can they?
Um,
No, I don't
I'm
they
not
can,
sure
I
on
don't
that.
think. So, but it still would have been a costly play. 3rd and 5, and they need another one, and it'll be stopped. Looked like Randy Scheid going to the left side, stacked up by about 4 Fairfield Prep defenders. And it'll be 4th down and about 4.
didn't get the blocks he needed on that one. Ridgefield met the Fairfield Prep defense right away on that play, so they are not able to keep the drive alive, and Lee Dunn will come in to punt for the Tigers with 6:33 on the clock.
Dunn kicks it. He's got a good kickoff, high kick, and it's a fair catch at the 25-yard line. With 6:15 left in the game, 21-7, and we're going to take a break.
Hey, we're back at Alumni Field. Pass out to Roberts. The screen pass. Roberts got some running room. He gets up to the Fairfield Prep 46-yard line, where he's tackled
By Brian Crow.
Brian Crow and Jeff Ambrose.
It didn't look like that play was going very far, but there was a nice bit of running by Roberts, and he picked up a good gain on it. And got him a
I
first
think
down.
Ridgefield was prepared for it. They just let Roberts get past him. Yeah, Roberts wide left again. Galasso in the slot right. Maloney drops back. He's looking. Throws low, way short of Roberts. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Roberts was down about the Ridgefield 48-yard line, and Maloney's pass barely even reached the 50-yard line.
He's been throwing a lot of low passes today, but it might be because his receivers are well covered, and he just does not want to take a chance on an interception. There's no way that pass is going to get intercepted.
Okay, it'll be 2nd and 10 for Prep from the 40-yard line of their own 40-yard line. Ridgefield showing blitz. They're coming after him. Maloney gets the ball off in the direction of 84. He's got Scott Flanagan. Flanagan's brought down by Terry Collins, but not until after he gets down to the Ridgefield 14-yard line. Flanagan with a nice bit of juggling there. Came up with the ball. Nice pass by Maloney's pass just over the hands of Brian Crow.
It was Tim Madison went for the ball, made a gamble there, and he got burnt. And Terry Collins had to drag him down. And I mean drag. He didn't bring him straight down. He dragged him for about 10 yards.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the Ridgefield 14. Prep, he fakes, he's throwing in the end zone. He's got Roberts. Oh, he overthrows him this time.
The last pass by Maloney that picked up the yardage, that was a perfect pass. That was by far the best pass he's made all day. And that one, he had some room to hit Roberts. He just overthrew him a little bit.
That was a good call, too, because Richfield's was looking for the quick in. Roberts faked the quick in, and Maloney pump faked, and Roberts cut out, was going to the corner of the end zone, and Maloney just overthrew him. That definitely was a big play by Scott Flanagan. He did not stop running at all. You were right, Don. Terry Collins had to drag him down. Okay, Prep. Maloney's calling the signals. He stumbles a bit, and he's hit by Jeff Ambrose.
Looks like someone didn't know the call there because the line didn't move. The ball was snapped. Ambrose just came right in, and it was all over him. It looked like there was some kind of mix-up.
You know what might happen was that the center might have stepped on Maloney's feet. That's Danielko, the center.
Well, it looked like no one moved, really. That's how Ambrose got in. I'm not sure they all do the count.
Maloney stumbled right at the right after he received the snap, and now Maloney's calling timeout.
That's one thing Prep didn't need was a sack in a crucial situation like that.
And they could have used to save their timeouts, too.
There's only 4:16 left. They've got to punch this ball in. And if they do that, they've still got a fair amount of time.
Yeah, they'll have
to
enough
stop
time
Ridgefield and get the ball back and try to win the game. But it doesn't make it any easier with that play.
No. It was a big play by Jeff Ambrose, just busting right through a immobile line of Fairfield Prep. The Ridgefield defense has to hold tight right here. Really can't afford another touchdown because,
well, like they've showed all season, they've always been able to come up with a big play to stop a drive, and they're doing it today also. And that might be the big play here.
This is similar to last week's game against New Canaan, where New Canaan needed 2 touchdowns to go ahead of Ridgefield with about 4 minutes left. They scored 1, and the second time when they were driving, they Doug Liberta, who's injured today, and Bobby Meyers came up with a couple big sacks to stop New Canaan. I think Ridgefield's probably going to be blitzing a lot more right now with Ambrose and Mike Maiolo, and just have them putting pressure on Maloney. But it's dangerous when you have the linebackers blitzing because that leaves the tight end and the running backs open or on man-to-man coverage, and the tight end Flanagan made that big catch before. Hey, Maloney calling the signals. He's got Galasso in motion. He rolls left, stops, he's looking. It's tipped by Chris Meyers, but it's going to be a touchdown to Flanagan. Mike Flanagan with his second big catch in 4 plays. The ball was tipped by Chris Meyers, who made a real nice play. It's a good throw by Maloney. He just got it over Meyers' hands. Meyers deflected it, and Flanagan reached above Tim Madison and just took the ball, juggled it, and stepped into the end zone.
And it looks like they're going for 2 right here. And Maloney really got leveled on that play by Bob Meyers as soon as he let go of the ball. He was holding his ribs.
Showed a lot of poise right there to stay in there and take the hit after completing the pass. Hey, they're going for 2 here. Maloney fakes the handoff. He's looking for Galasso. It's good. 2 points. That's going to make it Ridgefield 21, Fairfield Prep 15. It's a big play for Prep. Galasso's 2-point conversion. And now if they score a touchdown, they'll tie. And any extra point, a kick will win the game for Fairfield Prep. So it's an important series right here for the Prep defense and for the Ridgefield offense coming right up.
Well, they really deserve a lot of credit there. 3rd and 15, they did not buckle under. And they scored a touchdown on 3rd and 15. That doesn't happen very often against Ridgefield's defense. They're not subject to those kinds of letdowns. But the ball was tipped. It's kind of a flukish play. But it happened. Now Ridgefield's just got to take the ball, and the offense got to take charge, run off that clock, just wipe it out.
There's 3:54 left. If Ridgefield can hold the ball for the rest of the game, it'd be a big plus, not even give Prep a chance to even get a fluke play. Okay, this is Roberts kicked off. He tries the onside kick. It's recovered by Tyler Marthaler on about the 47-yard line of Ridgefield. Ridgefield has good field position once again. Big play by Tyler Marthaler. I don't know, did that ball roll 10 yards yet, Don?
I think it did. It was recovered to 47, so I'm sure it did. I don't really know about that call. There's still 4 minutes left in the game. So he was trying to catch him by surprise, and if it worked, it would have been great. Just happened to bounce right into the hands of Terry Collins.
Okay. Robinson gives to Bellagamba, who picks up about 4 yards, make it 2nd down and 6. I agree with you, Don. I don't think that was a good call on the onside kick. I think if they had pinned Ridgefield deep in their own territory, they would have been easier for their offense to get the ball in a better position if they could have stopped Ridgefield. I think it's respect for the Ridgefield offense more than anything else.
Well, as Andy Bellagamba, again, in so many of his runs, that was second effort right there.
Okay, Robinson back to pass. He's got, Riddell just tipped, and he had double coverage out there.
Ridgefield trying to take him by surprise there on the passing game, and he was open. Just didn't quite have it.
McNeil and Galasso were on the coverage for Prep. Good call. They faked to Bellagamba up the middle. Bellagamba dove in there. And Robinson dropped back. He was under pressure, too. But he got the ball to Riddell. It was just a little bit out of Riddell's reach. He tipped it, but he could not control it. Okay, big play right here for Ridgefield. 3rd down and about 6. Robinson fakes to Bellagamba, gives to Riddell. He does not pick up the first down. He barely gets 2 yards. It'll be 4th down, about 4 for Ridgefield on the Fairfield Prep 47-yard line.
And they only ran off a minute there, Mike. There's 2:40 and counting left in the game, and Lee Dunn's got a pressure punt here.
It's a big kick for Lee. The line also has to block. I think Prep will probably try and set up a return. They have Galasso and Peterson back.
I think he needs a height on this one. I don't think they really care that much how far it goes. They just don't want a big play on the return and a high snap.
Dunn's kick is a good kick. It's fumbled. It's recovered by Jeff Meyer, I think.
Mario Galasso looking up the field before he ever caught the ball.
Right. It was either
Bardenhagen
I think it was Steve
recovery.
Bardenhagen. Jeff Meyer was also down there, but Steve Bardenhagen got the ball. Galasso, you're right, John. He's looking upfield, and the ball just hit him right in the thigh and bounced away. It's a big, costly mistake by Galasso, and now Ridgefield just needs 1 first down probably right here. And they probably lock the game right up. I think Ridgefield's going to keep it on the ground.
If they can get a few yards and kick a field goal, I'd put the game out of reach.
Hey, 1st and 10 from the 30. Bellagamba up the middle gets about 3. It should be about 2nd and 7 from the Ridgefield 27, and Ridgefield's going to call timeout right here. And with this timeout, we'll take a break. With 1:32 left, Ridgefield leads Fairfield Prep 21-15. Ridgefield leads 21-15. 2nd down about 8 for Ridgefield from the Fairfield Prep 28-yard line. Robinson has Bellagamba, Scheid, and Jenkins in the backfield. It gives to Bellagamba, and he picks up about 6 yards. He can make it a 3rd down, about 2. He gets all the way up to the Fairfield Prep 22-yard line, and now Fairfield Prep calls a timeout. How many, Don, do you know how many timeouts Fairfield Prep has left?
I'd imagine around 3. I think they've used 2. Not sure.
1:20 left. Ridgefield's almost as, I'd say, right now it'd be about a 40-yard field goal.
But if I know Coach Maiolo, I don't think he'll go for the field goal. With 1 yard to go down at the 21-yard line, I think he's just going to, he would go for it. try to pick up the first
'Cause
down,
even
which
if,
would definitely put a lock on the
And
game.
even if they don't get it, Fairfield Prep still has to go about 80 yards for the go-ahead touchdown, tying touchdown. Okay, Ridgefield probably use these two plays right here to pick up the 2 yards. I think you got to look for Andy Bellagamba. He's been their big play runner on short yardage situations all year. The gives to Jenkins instead, and he breaks loose, gets all the way down to about the Fairfield Prep 15-yard line. It picked up about 7. And Fairfield Prep was also keying on Bellagamba, as I said. And it's a good call. They just faked to Bellagamba and gave it to Jenkins. Picks up the first down, and I think that just about wraps up the game for Ridgefield with 1:08 left. Fairfield Prep has used their third timeout. Now they have 2 left.
Balls on the...
So it looks like Ridgefield will go into the Trumbull game next week, 4-0-1 overall. And it's going to be a big matchup in the FCIAC Eastern Division.
Yeah, they're definitely coming off it on a good note because they played well today. They got a few breaks, but Fairfield Prep is definitely not a pushover, and they've won a game on the road. That'll give them even more confidence, and they should give Trumbull a tough time, definitely.
It should be a very good game. It's next Friday night in Trumbull, and it should be a very exciting game.
Well, they traditionally play Trumbull tough, even when Trumbull had their real powerful teams, and that's going to be a good one.
And after that Trumbull game, they have Staples and Darien coming up, and those are the 2 teams that are in the lead. Right back on the field, Robinson fakes to Bellagamba. He keeps it. He gets he gets up about 3 yards. He gets around the about the 14-yard line, and
He came dangerously close to fumbling that ball. He was bobbling it, and if someone had hit him right at that time, there would have been a loose football.
now it's about 2nd and 7 for Ridgefield. And there's 56 seconds left. And Prep has about 1 more timeout left. And Ridgefield's definitely in field goal range. I don't think they're going to even have to try and kick it, though.
No, you're going to give it a chance.
They'll probably just keep the ball on the clock and let the clock run down after Prep uses their last timeout, which will probably be after the next play.
Very strong performance today by Ridgefield, and they've got to feel happy about this. So they can just hang on to the ball. They're 4-0-1, and I don't think anybody expected that.
Okay, Robinson gives to Jenkins. He gets down around the 7-yard line. 3rd down, about 1 for Ridgefield. Jenkins picked up about 6 yards on that carry.
Carried by Jenkins, gain of 10 or 6.
So, as you mentioned, Don, Ridgefield should go 4-0-1 after this game. A very good record. Robinson gives to Bellagamba. He gets down around the 5-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Ridgefield with just 20 seconds left.
I think that'll be the last. Well, they'll probably get 1 more playoff. That's it. I don't think they really want to score here because they don't want to make any enemies.
Oh, there's a fumble. Robinson picks it up, and he gets in the end zone for a touchdown.
Right out of the playbook, I'm sure. I don't know about that, but they recover every fumble they've had, and that's the last play of the game.
That was very dangerous. Jimmy Robinson could have fumbled that ball, and who knows, a Fairfield Prep player might have picked that up and run it all the way. Now Ridgefield has to kick the extra point. The fans are already leaving. Those that had not left after Ridgefield recovered the fumble punt return are now leaving. And Ridgefield now leads 27-15, and Lee Dunn's going to be in to try the extra point.
He's 7 for 8 this year. I'm sure that's just for practice, nothing more at stake. This is the highest scoring they've had all year.
The kick is good, perfect. So Ridgefield wins 28-15. Fairfield Prep is now 2-4 overall. Ridgefield 4-0-1. Tigers have to be very proud of their performance today.
As they shake hands on the field, that'll do it for us. For Mike McDonald and Bob Darrow, this is Don Seaton, and I hope you'll join us next week in Trumbull. This